I'm not going home.
What's up, everybody? Got some pretty cool stuff happening for today. So I, for the past few days, have been calling to this Mexican restaurant to try and get them, obviously, to set up a meeting to meet with me and talk. So actually, I called this morning. Like I said, I called the previous days and spoke with managers, and they recommended that I speak with another person. And so I called this morning, spoke with him, and the conversation kind of went as follows. It was really funny. So I told him who I am, you know, what my business does, where I'm located, and he was like, before I even, got to continue from there, he was like, let me just stop you right there. And it was funny because typically, if you're anything into sales or you know what, typical responses are in sales, when someone stops you right there, it more than likely means, because, sales has a very small percentage of close ratio, but it more than likely means that they aren't interested, they don't have the money, they've probably heard from people like this, blah, blah, blah. But his actual response was, I need exactly that. Can you come in today? So here I am, I'm getting dressed, or I am dressed, getting ready to go in. Always dressed for success, by the way. Even if they seem like just, a smaller type business, they take the way you look seriously. So thing to keep in mind, but anyways, so I'm going in at 1:30 today to speak with them. Should be pretty good. So I'll kind of keep you up to date with how it went. But I'm pretty excited for it. So hope you guys are having some success as well. Remember, you just need to be reaching out to these businesses on a regular basis. If you're not putting out, the audits, if you're not reaching out to these businesses, you're never going to get a sale. That's half of the game. So I hope to, get some good feedback from you guys after this video. And I'll let you know how it goes. All right, guys. So one other thing you want to kind of do when you have a meeting set up, I'm going to present, first and foremost, the digital audit. They didn't even get a chance to take a look at it. I had already put it together and they didn't get a chance to take a look at it yet, and they still set up the meeting with me. So I'm going to present the digital audit, and what I also have in mind is kind of a plan of action as far as what we can do for them in the first few months. That's kind of what I have already thought out. And I've already looked at their website, done the audits, so I know what they need and what they're missing, and then I know what they're doing good at. So I can go in here and talk to them about that. Once I get done talking to them about that, I'm gonna softly move into, because you don't want to just go straight into a sale, all right? And this is why you need to, when you're on a ride over to a client, you need to be thinking about this, not jamming out to your music. Some people like to get pumped up. I think it's better to plan and to, I don't think it's bad to do too much planning. Planning is what gets the job done. It's what people want to see, especially in this profession. If you don't have a marketing plan put together for them, they don't necessarily trust what you're doing, because there's no way to really track if you're getting, real results for them, or if you're just throwing money out there and hoping something's sticking. They want to see that you can prove real results. So, that's what I'm going to start talking to them after I get into the proposal, is just slowly getting into stuff like, I can perform this for you. And, in the first 3 months, I kind of want to look at something like working on their website, because they really need a website. They need really big help on their social media platforms, because they're not posting anymore, and they're a franchise, so they have 3 different locations posting 3 different things, and it just doesn't look good at all. So I'm going to talk to them, obviously mostly about social media, fixing up their website, and then, sorry about that, I got a phone call. But if we have to do it in stages, we'll do it in stages. So if in the first month they can't afford to set up, the email marketing and everything like that, I'll set up a plan where in the first month we focus on social media and building a website. And then the next month, or 2 months later, once we have that taken care of, I'll move into email marketing, because you're not doing as much with the website if you're building a website for them. So there's ways to make it to where you don't have to necessarily set a package and stick to it, but you do need to have certain amounts that you kind of want to stick to. And by amounts, I mean how much revenue you're going to be bringing in. You don't want to do too many small clients. You can in the beginning, but once you get your business up and running, the money's in the big clients, and especially the ones that are going to spend, upwards of $100 grand, $200 grand a year. So that's God, man, I'm getting so many calls. All right, Sorry about that again. But so here's the deal. You really need to just focus on when you're on your ride over. Get all that out. So main goal is when you're on your ride over, you need to be focusing on what you're going to be talking about, how you plan to present to them, what's important to their business, what they're lacking, what they need help on, and what they're doing good at. Because you can't just go in there and bash them the whole time. You have to tell them they're doing some good, even if they are completely crappy. So I'm going to get ready and do a little bit more mental prep for you guys, but I'll keep you updated as the process goes on. Alright, so I just got done meeting with the restaurant. Good news, got a sale. Wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be, but that's because it's a franchise. I knew it was going to be difficult. It's always difficult when it's a franchise. If you guys are in the restaurant business and you get into franchises, it is always difficult, you'll come to find. But so I closed at least a deal with them. I'm going to start doing a website for them, put that together. He's going to actually talk with the other two owners, because there's 3 locations, and he wants to convince them to basically do a monthly package and all of them working together, because right now their branding online is 3 separate locations doing 3 separate things, and it's a mess. So he really wants to get on board with this. He really liked everything I had to present to him, and so right now I'm looking at about $2,500 coming in from them over the next probably month and a half, which is going to be good for me. It's not a month-to-month contract yet, but once I show them the value and then the things that they're lacking on, once they spend all this money on the website, they're going to be like, well, crap, I have to do the other stuff, because there's no point in doing a website. I showed him when we were in there. I did a search for his restaurant on Google. He didn't show up. All I did was type in La Hacienda Fayetteville, or La Hacienda, and it didn't show up. That's the first thing that kind of triggers a business owner, when they don't show up in search results. So I showed him that and the reasons why he wasn't showing up in search, and I told him, I was like, look, we can do this website, because that's what, when I came in, he only wanted to focus on the menu and the website, and I was like, look, man, I understand that, and we can do that, but if you do that and spend all that money, but you don't do this and this, no one's going to see your website in the first place. So, you know, spending $2,500 to $3,000 getting all this taken care of on Google and your website really won't mean anything if you don't do the social media, do the email marketing, do the SEO, all that kind of stuff. So, in summation, closed a sale, had a good day. Wasn't the sale I wanted, but it'll lead to more. And he has other business contacts. It was funny because when I got on the phone, he actually said he was the manager, but as soon as I get there and I show him, you know, what all I can do, he actually became the owner. You know, owners always try to mask themselves. They're always trying to protect themselves from a sale. But once you get in there, show them your value, then they open up a little more to you and they become the owner. This isn't the first time that's happened to me, so... Anyways, I'll let you guys go, or I'm going to go, really. I'm so full. That's the second part, is when you work in the restaurant niche, you get free meals. I just got free lunch out of this. I didn't even ask for it, didn't intend to. I was going to pay for the meal. I love their Mexican food, but got a free meal out of it. So restaurant niche is where it's at, but I've always been in the restaurant industry, so... Anyways, I'm going to get out of here and stop rambling on. I got some more work to do, obviously. So, and I'm shooting a video tonight at 5:30, so I got to go get prepared for that. Got a lot of stuff going on. But anyways, I'll keep you guys up to date as I always do. Serial Entrepreneur out.